Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily of Imperfectly Em, and I love colorful makeup and colorful language. Welcome back to another episode of No Makeup Nonsense Bingo. This is a video that I do in collaboration with two of my dearest friends. This video is one part new makeup release video, one part bingo game, and one part drinking game. I created this with my dear friend Teresa of Teresa is Dead, and pretty early along in the ride, our mutual friend Audra of Audra at Home joined us in this endeavor. Usually every Monday we are uploading a new makeup release video, and I will have their videos linked in the description box along with the community playlist, which if you are a creator, it is an open tag. So the bingo cards and hashtags and all of that are there for your use, for your encouragement. And we just have hopefully a fun time talking about new makeup. We have a big pile of releases that we pull photos from, we pull at random. So I'm going to show you all of the possible releases that I might talk about this week, and then we're going to jump in somewhere. I know it's been a little boring in makeup world lately, but I see a lot of photos in the in our shared folder. So here's hoping for some kind of emotion today. Good, bad, or otherwise. Anyway, if you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes, I hope you will subscribe. And let's get into the shit show. What in the name of makeup revolution is this? Kylie Cosmetics has a new collab. Another one. Did we not just see Batman? And now we have Wizard of Oz. There is a brush set, a face and eye pressed powder palette, a matte lip paint set, a metallic lipstick, and a transformative lip tint in Emerald City. Available November 10th. Is this not makeup revolution? This palette, what in the fuckery is this palette? I have made it abundantly clear that I'm not into Kylie makeup or any of the Kardashian makeup. So yes, I am biased to highly dislike their releases. This just, not only does it feel like we just had a release, and I get it, maybe Batman was Halloween and this is holiday, but get the fuck out of here with this. What the hell? You can put it but on a pretty green background and you're still not fucking getting me with this shit. No. While that got the collab with somebody not known for their makeup spot on the card, I will admit that this next collab is with somebody known for their makeup. I guess, at least in the land of Be Perfect. Be Perfect Cosmetics has the Carnival 5 collection in collaboration with Stacey Marie MUA. So the Carnival 5 Interstellar palette has 30 mattes, 3 duochrome pressed pigments, 8 shimmers, and 4 luxe foil glitter shimmers. It is 42 pounds. There is a brush set with 28 brushes and travel case for 130 pounds, and it is already available. And there are codes out there, plenty of codes. I feel like I've said this with almost every Be Perfect product that I have talked about in this series. I just find their palettes to be overwhelmingly large to a point that it is off-putting and undesirable.
That's what she said.
Michael. I think this is an interesting take on what they have done over the years. I'm curious to know if the gray tones that look kind of repetitive are as close as they are, but I have a personal problem and vendetta against really large palettes. And I also personally think they kind of paint your brand into a corner where you just need one palette from that brand and you kind of got everything covered. So to see them, do a new collab or do a new palette every year with the same person, like, I'm guessing it sells wonderfully because it's, continued down this road. But it's not makeup for me. And this is not a comment on Be Perfect's quality because I don't fucking know, but it feels like an oversized palette that sometimes Morphe makes, among other brands. Side note, also, could we in general let go of conspiracy phrasing, maybe, perhaps, considering that most conspiracy theories are rooted in anti-Semitism? I just thought I would mention it because I feel like this is a very space and interstellar themed palette, and I don't feel like the conspiracy touches really add to the theme. I was sad that I saw this after our video, The Hangover, went up last week, because I talked about the Natasha Denona Retro Glam palette. And pretty much right after filming that, Sydney Grace announced that they are releasing the Mel Thompson, rest in peace, version of a glam retro palette as a bundle for $60. Individual shades are also available at $3.50 each, and it's called In Mel's Memory. The single sales in 11/14, and percentage of the proceeds go to Mel's family as they have been granted permission by her husband to launch. So back when Natasha Denona had the mini retro, wherever this all stemmed from, I remember seeing that video from Mel making a bigger palette, making her own version of an extended retro glam palette. And it was I think it's a beautiful color story. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful take on the theme. And I think it's very both sweet and smart of Sydney Grace with the permission of Mel's family to release this bundle. I feel like if you are a fan of the kind of formulas, those kind of like staple formulas that you might see in a Natasha Denona palette, that Sydney Grace does things that match in that essence. I'm not comparing them per se, but I think it's a really pretty bundle. I think it's a smart release. I also think it kind of underscores the fact that I feel like the retro glam palette feels like a spring palette to me. Because Mel's palette feels like a spring color story, and I felt like the timing of the retro glam was ill-suited I'm gonna say put it on my face because I find this version of the green and pink color story far more like intriguing to me than retro glam. Can somebody explain to me why we have Sonic the Hedgehog themed hair color and why we don't have Sonic the Hedgehog themed makeup palette or lipsticks? I know, you're probably like, what the fuck? Look, I actually would be down to see more gaming themed makeup. But Lime Crime has done a official collab with Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's full of their unicorn hair colors, 4 different shades, and then there are 3 Venus liners. I just think it's underwhelming. Or is it even just I'm whelmed? Like, I wasn't expecting anything. I heard that there was a Sonic collab coming with Lime Crime. But just last week I was like, oh, I think Lime Crime is doing some smart things with their holiday collection. And then I see this and I'm like, I mean, look, I'm gonna give them credit. Releasing something that is something you have to repurchase more regularly, like hair dye, is pretty smart versus an eyeshadow palette. At the same time, I want fun gaming makeup, okay? I want fun gaming makeup. Can we get more shit like this? Can we get more shit like the Lethal 1-Up palette? Like, give me this in other formats and not that. And I think the other disappointing thing is that, like, it's the same shit that Lime Crime was already doing, the hair dyes and the liners, and just maybe new colors and new packaging. I think this is the biggest catfish we've seen in a while. I think that the new Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette is a $68 catfish. So this is Mario's first multi-finish eyeshadow palette with 12 shades in suede matte, natural metallic, and glossy shimmer finishes. It's already launched. Okay. I'm sorry, am I supposed to fall at his knees and suck one of his body parts? I'm good. Look, if it's a beautiful palette in person, good on the brand. But I'm feeling kind of embittered about, like, all of the raves when I'm like, it's a matte palette with some sparkly toppers. Your fan favorite Natasha Denona has done that before. Pat has done that. So many other brands have done that. I'm not saying it's not valid for him to release it for his line. Fine. But why do we care? I guess the better question is, why do you care? Now, it's time. Let's talk about Isamaya Beauty. I'm going to try to remember to link a video that I watched recently from Hot Miss Tom about this release and about the brand. And it was definitely helpful of informing me. So Isamaya Beauty is a fairly new brand. They released one collection, I think, early summer. And then their second collection is their Wild Star collection. They have a pressed pigment palette for $105, a Dazzle Up stick highlighter for $42, Diamond Glow lipsticks for $50, Spur lip liners for $26, and the Lash Lasso mascara for $39. And it launched November 3rd. I don't like this collection. I don't like this collection. I felt like the first collection was more of my aesthetics and my color story. But something that I felt at that first launch and at this one, and if I can remember, I'll put up the first launch and this one both on the screen so you can compare. Both of them are over the top. Both of them are to an extreme. It's just that the first release collection was an over the top that I was into, and this one is not. Tom described it as they're both tacky, and I agree with that. And tacky is not a derogatory word for me. It's just a descriptor. It's just a mood. It's a vibe. I am not feeling this. I'm not feeling the gold packaging. I'm not feeling the horses. I don't hate the eyeshadow color story, but it doesn't grab me the way the grungy greeny black palette did. I didn't buy anything from that collection, but the first release was far more interesting for me than this one. There are some features about the brand that I feel kind of like iffy about, that I learned in Tom's video about. So the things that I don't feel iffy about, every season or every release, it's like a seasonal release. And so it's like a new collection. I dig that. As somebody that like worked and studied fashion, I dig that. What I don't necessarily love is that like every basically seasonal collection is limited edition. There are no core products that stay from collection to collection in this makeup line. And I just don't love that energy. I love the over the top energy. I love those seasonal collections, but I don't necessarily love that model currently for the line. Anyway, I'm getting a little deeper into it because I did find the conversation around this brand, and I found like the format that this brand seems to be going towards is one that intrigues me. They're at a higher price point. They're doing their thing. It's a creator that's worked with a lot of higher end makeup brands. So like there are things about it that draw me in and make me intrigued. But I personally think this collection is like a miss on multiple levels. But again, Tom made the good point about like this is a swing in a different direction from their first collection. And in order to grow their customer base, it does make sense. And the shadows in the palette might swatch out to be a lot more interesting than they look. But the fact that it looks like a Tarte palette, that is the big miss for me. The packaging of the palette ruins. It ruins the effect for me. It ruins the fantasy for me. It feels like a major copycat vibe situation simply because they've used the same kind of component as such a boring beige vanilla brand as Tarte. Even if this is purposefully a neutral, more boring collection, the fact that they used a component interior that reminds me so much of that kind of brand, it's a miss. It's a miss to me. It's a miss to me. I still have my eyes on this brand in a very curious way. They seem like a brand that might intrigue me to make a purchase down the road, but I don't know. It's kind of fascinating. And like I said, I'll try to link Tom's video in this video because I found it interesting, an interesting little dive into the brand and kind of some perspectives that they had on this release. And, I kind of like getting deep about releases and about brand connections and all of that. And I felt like that video did that very well. And I just watched it literally last night. So it's at top of mind. Anyway, yeah, it's giving me major copycat vibes, and I hate to say that. Actually, I don't hate to say that. It's giving me major copycat vibes. So I saw this color story, and something about this, it's like giving me some nostalgia. I can't pinpoint where from. But the brand Gimme Glow has released this Haunted Pumpkin palette, or it's releasing on Black Friday. And it is a 37 millimeter square pan palette and it is $45. There are 10 shades, and it's this like pumpkin-y teal grungy color story. And they know that they missed the Halloween window, but somebody pointed out to me, because I was like, oh, it feels, kind of odd, haunted pumpkin, and Halloween's over. But it's still Thanksgiving, still pumpkin season. I get that timing is hard. I'm gonna give the brand that. I'm gonna give them that. I think this is an interesting color story. I don't think it's a color story for me, but I do think it's interesting. I think it's pretty, and I think it could be a really fun color story to work with. My personal experience with Gimme Glow formulas were not my favorite, but I have only a small sample size experience that's a few years old. So I do love the way like the bottom two, the right hand duo of shades look like they work together really well. The left hand bottom row duo of shades look like they work really well together. I think I would have rearranged the palette a little bit in terms of like where I would place the shades, just to make it, for my brain, a little more functional. But I don't know. I dig it. I think it's interesting. I think it's cute with the pan embossing. And there's just something about those colors that is giving me nostalgic Halloween. And I'm cool with that. Let me tell you something that drives me up the fucking wall. Up a goddamn wall. And that is the way that nobody knows what the fuck mauve is. None of these makeup brands, I feel like, understand what mauve or mauve is as a color. Because Dominic Cosmetics has a new Essentials eyeshadow palette. And now that I'm looking at the post, I don't see... I felt like at some point in time I saw verbiage that talked about how this is a beautiful mauve, like, Essentials palette. And this is not... That is not the color that it is. And it annoys the fuck out of me. And now I'm looking at this post and I feel like I might be going a little cuckoo because I don't see that wording here. So instead I'm going to say, this brand still exists?
Vindication. Trend Mood mentioned mauve. This is not mauve tones.
Nope. You will not see me giving this brand money, at least not at first release. After what I saw with the skincare, nope. Absolutely not. Why? Tarte, every brand. Why are we going back to these pH shifting lip and cheek? Are you fucking I hate this trend so much. I use this clip. I literally just used it in a video that I edited. I don't fucking care.
Yes, I did it. I killed Yvette. I hated her so much.
I hate this so much. So Tarte has 6 shades of this Maracuja Juicy Lip and Cheek Shift.
It flames on the side of my face.
It's $24 each. And they are claiming that each one shifts to a different perfect shade for you. Absolutely the fuck not.
Heaving breath.
You do not need 6 of these. you want to collect them so they look like candy on your dresser, go for it. But these, it makes me angry that they're like releasing a black and a blue and a they are giving you the scented markers of like lip products, but without all the goodness of a scented marker. I don't know why, but they remind me of scented markers. But also, I fucking hate this cheek pH marketing. Because fucking, somebody else did that. Somebody did that with a whole fucking pan of pH of cheek tint when it's really just like a pH lip balm shoved in a pan compact. Was it the Makeup Revolution? Was it like the Shrek collection or some shit? Or somebody had a pan of, but like these tend to tint your lips in a way that does not come off. So this just, you cannot just willy-nilly put this on your cheeks. I feel like it's destined for some fucking failure. I hate it. I hate it so much. Just give me a good lip gloss. Give me a fucking fantastic lip gloss. And if you want a good lip gloss and you have money to spend, get yourself some Pat McGrath lip gloss, or even, I fucking love the Fenty lip glosses too. But like $24 for a pH lip tint? Pick up a couple of shades of the Pat McGrath glosses in colors that you actually want. Not a fucking surprise on your mouth and on your cheeks. Get the fuck out of here with this. Oh my God. Like, this is drugstore mood-ring lipstick repackaged and at an inflated price for 2022. I feel like these foundations in pots, this is a product that's not dying. Chanel has the new Sublimage Le Tint Foundation. It's a lightweight foundation with buildable light to medium coverage for a glowing, healthy, and luminous look. Paired with a brush, it's $135 in 13 shades. I don't want my foundation in a fucking pot. I don't want it in a pot. I want it in a tube, in a pump. Give me a glass bottle with a pump, nice packaging, weighted packaging. I don't want my foundation in a fucking pot. I don't want my concealer in it. I don't want my foundation in it. Get it the fuck out of here. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I get it. It's a trend, and that's what brands like are gonna do. They're gonna follow the trends. People are gonna buy it because that's what's trending. But all of these like pot foundations, I don't want it. I also think it's fucking ridiculous to sell the brush, to force people to buy the brush with the foundation. But, you know, your luxury, so you do whatever the fuck you want, and people just throw money at you. You know what's hilarious to me? When a brand has finally gotten a little bit of, you know, made a little progress in providing products for a wider range of skin tones, and then they just go right back to what they know. Benefit has released new shades of their Dandelion highlighter in Honeybee Twinkle and Sugar Plum. And Honeybee Twinkle, it says it's a warm golden honey shade. It looks like a white gold. And Dandelion Sugar Plum Twinkle is a cool iridescent lilac shade. I'm not saying purple highlighters cannot and do not look wonderful on a variety of skin tones. They do. They look fucking phenomenal. But these formulas look very heavy on the white in their base, and I just have a hard time being excited about it. It feels kind of odd considering the moves they made with their blush bronzer line kind of recently. I feel like the highlighter world could be pushed so much further in that mainstream market, and not in an unwearable or edgy way. Just something about this does not sit right for me personally. Oh, of course, we have Colourpop invading another retailer. Colourpop is arriving in Target on November 6th, and it looks like it's a very specific holiday collection. And it's not a small collection. There are glitterly obsessed duos, multiple eyeshadow palettes, Super Shock highlighter, Super Shock shadows, shadow duos, so glossies, lippy sticks trios, color sticks duos, lippy pencil trios, just a tint duos, some lip scrub, lip balms. Like, I'm not surprised to see Colourpop push into another big retailer, and Target makes sense in my head because Target's been doing their whole Ulta thing. But I don't know. One part of me is like, I don't fucking care. And that's true. I don't fucking care. And then the other part of me is kind of like, it feels a little odd to me to do just a very specific big push for the holidays and like making special products. But what am I saying? I mean, that's what Colourpop does with Ulta. I don't know. I don't care. But that's more of like, I just don't care about Colourpop. And most of what they do bores me. But, okay. I'm not trying to be excited about Colourpop. It's just Colourpop yet again. Has anybody heard of this brand? There's a brand called HNB Cosmetics that's releasing the Soft Focus Airbrush Foundation for £20 or 23 USD, launched on November 4th. It's a full coverage, luminous finish foundation marketed as suitable for all skin types, built in Twist Pump Pop top in 25 shades. I have to say, the packaging of the foundation is very pretty. Let's look at this HNB Cosmetics. They're based in the UK. We create the best product for the most affordable price, cruelty-free, and ethically made. I mean, I don't know about that, but like, I feel a little lost about this release. Y'all know I'm not a foundation. I'm not typically a foundation person. But I'm curious about this brand because I've yet to see anything. And in my opinion, starting with foundation is a bold move. It takes money to make a foundation line. And I'm not going to say this is good foundation or bad foundation. They're active on Instagram. It looks like they have a concealer. What is this brand? I mean, I know that like I'm very American-centric sometimes with my makeup knowledge, but I'm shocked that they've been around for at least a year, it looks like. I don't know. I know this is y'all, I'm kind of hitting the end of the road for this bingo. It's what's happening. It's what's happening. I have lost my steam. And while I could make another beverage and try to revive myself, I think it's for the best. We call it here. If y'all know the brand HNB and you have any insight, please let me know, because like the aesthetic of the post made me intrigued, but I might just be being deceived. I don't love ending on this kind of like womp womp ending, but it's how it goes sometimes. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I disappointed you. If I did, don't tell me that in the comments, okay? Okay. But I'm gonna go because I feel like, yeah, I've hit the end of my makeup energy, and we'll have another video next week where I can comment on more makeup bullshit. If you happen to like this and you are not yet subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. I would also love for anyone that feels so inspired to support me a little further, for you to check out my Patreon or my channel membership. I want to thank all my patrons so very much. And y'all really do keep me afloat in so many ways. And don't forget to go watch Audra and Teresa's videos and tell them that I sent them some love. And most importantly, don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends. I'm so disappointed in myself for losing any energy for this shit anymore. I just don't want to. I'm just done. We're done. Yeah.